Let's talk Jinx. A weekly Jinx video we do every Wednesday about anything to do with Jinx, as well as this video acting as a weekly discussion thread on the Jinx subreddit, our League of Jinx. Make sure to go check that out. And it's patch day, so we're going to be talking about patch 9.24. There were no changes to Jinx, but there were some other AD carry changes that might affect Jinx. And jumping into the first big one is, of course, Aphelios. Now, there's not a lot we can really talk about with the Jinx Aphelios matchup until he hits live. It's going to be speculative at best. If you did watch All-Stars, though, they did do an interview with the champ designer of Aphelios. So we'll certainly pass it off to Stosh afterwards. Stosh was there, and he did mention, like, in terms of weaknesses, he has a lot of the same weaknesses, actually, as immobile AD carries in general. So a lot of dive and hard engage are things Aphelios actually doesn't want to deal with. So while Jinx, even though she has the Flame Chompers, isn't really like a hard engaged champion, what you could look for in the matchup then is hopefully your support playing something like a Leona, a Blitzcrank, Thresh, things that want to kind of catch Aphelios, and then maybe you can layer your CC against him, and that might help you a bit more. We'll try and go more in depth into this matchup when we have more information, but again, it's really speculative, so there's not really a lot we can really talk about, but he will be hitting live this patch. Speaking of supports though, Braum is getting a change where the general TLDR is they want to make him even better against range champions, since he's a warden that kind of fills that niche more so than other wardens in the game, but they want to make him then worse against melee matchups. So if you have a Braum on your team and you're going against an AD carry bot lane that has like a melee enemy support, he's going to be a little bit worse against those in terms of like his durability and stuff. But if it's range, he'll actually be a bit better. So if you're going against a lot of enchanter stuff, peeling stuff, and you have a Braum, that could be kind of good. And also vice versa, if you're playing against Braum, and that's the case with you, if you have like an Alistar or something like that, he's going to be a little bit less durable against handling things like that. Another change is to Senna. The recommended items for Senna is being updated, but the passive miss drops are going to be less often on minions that Senna kills, and will no longer drop from champion clones. The Q damage, the W root duration has been decreased, and the R damage ratio has been increased. Basically, like they've always mentioned, Senna is a champion also created by August Browning, who's the kit designer for Jinx, Vi, Echo, Jhin, etc. It's always been on the table that if AD carry was stronger than support, they would nerf AD carry because ultimately they want Senna to be a marksman support champion. Well, now we're in that reality a little bit where she's kind of actually too powerful in both. So they're tackling both, but they're tackling AD carry a bit more. So in terms of the matchup, AD carry Senna is actually going to be quite a bit weaker. So if you've already been kind of doing okay or alright with Jinx into AD carry Senna, you're going to be kind of fine even more so. Support Senna is also getting a little bit of a love tap as well, and in which case the matchup is a little bit still the same because Senna kind of plays the same in both roles. One, she's just building more damage probably than the other, faster. Sivir's base attack damage is being increased. It's a really small buff from 61 to 63 damage. Again, it's always a joke, you know, 2 AD, etc., but that could help her last hit better, and she's already a wave clearing AD carry, so just be a little bit aware of that sneaking up on you out of nowhere. There are also some Yuumi changes, which is the passive resource mana once again. The Q cost has been increased, damage decreased. Yuumi no longer teleports with her anchor. E now grants attack speed, no longer stocks charges, and costs more mana. This is kind of like a screw you Yuumi kind of a changes, I feel. And I don't know if I've really seen a lot of Yuumis lately, outside of maybe when I do like a warm-up ARAM game or something like that, and she happens to be in the game. But I'm pretty sure this is probably targeted at pro play more so than anything else, because this is a champion that can be an issue up there. So in terms of the matchup, it just feels like Yuumi might be on her way out the meta. You might not actually be seeing a lot of her after this. Now, taking the changes we just went over and applying them to a site like champion.gg or any other site so we can kind of predict what will be changing. I think in terms of the AD carry role, Senna, who's sitting at about a 52% win rate, might go down below the Jinx and the Ashe and the Jhin and even the Kog'Maw, who are all 5 of them sitting at 52% win rate at this time. And out of those AD carries, Senna is the only one that's getting changes, and those are nerfs. So by contrast, those other AD carries might be moving up and might be a little bit better. Heimerdinger seems to be the king right now in the AD carry role, which that's a whole video for its own kind of subject matter. Some of the other changes we saw was like Sivir, who's really down here below like at 48% win rate. She might become a better wave clearing AD carry and more of like a group and shove AD carry in the meta. I don't know if that would really shoot her win rate that far up, and again, she is kind of weaker than Jinx, so the matchup should still favor Jinx at the moment because she has a whole 4% on her right now. But yes, jumping over to even like op.gg, right? Senna's still at the top with the support and AD carry position, and that might knock her down a bit. Heimerdinger's actually like, this is why you always look at the differences between the sites too. Like, what is consistent, what champions are consistently in like the top 5, top 10, etc. like that. Heimerdinger is actually kind of a bit lower here, but he isn't getting touched at all in any way, so it might not matter. But you do have all the other 80 carries that are like purely 80 carries up there, still the same, right? Your Ashes, your Jinxes, your Jins, even Twitch for that matter, and Kog'Maw kind of rotate around a bit, but that's kind of like your solid top tier 80 carries heading into this next patch, because a lot of changes that are going down shouldn't affect them, and even with the support like changes, shouldn't really affect them regardless. So with that being said, in the comments down below, comment with what 80 carries and stuff you think will be the best, the Jinx matchups, more Aphelios brainstorming, because like I said, we can only really speculate at this point, and that's going to be all for this video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next, because I can have a lot of kinks. So until this time, take care. GG, get Jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly.